Gundam.tk presents Gundam Astray, Red Frame. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Robert184 from Gundam.tk, and today I'll be taking a look at the Master Grade 1/100th Gundam Astray Red Frame from the manga, Gundam Seed Astray. This is a brand new kit just released on February 25th, 2010, and it sells for the price of 5,000 Japanese yen, or you could say $50 US. For those of you not familiar with the manga Astray, basically while Gundam Seed the anime was airing, this was running concurrently, and it's a completely separate story with all new characters that are not in the anime, but they do interact with the characters in the anime in ways that you can only see in the manga. And overall it's a very enjoyable read, and basically they work for the Junk Guild, and the main character, Lo, what do I want to say, Guil? I don't know how to say his name anyway. He ends up getting his hands on the secret orb prototype Red Frame. Well, first he had the blue one, but it was stolen by Guy, and then he ends up in the Red Frame, and in the very end they fight the Gold Frame. And all three of these suits are available in old 1/100th non-Master Grade, but after the Blue Frame, it's quite exciting to get a Master Grade of the new Red Frame. And though I haven't read this, running at the same time as the main Astray series was a manga that focuses exclusively on Lo and the Red Frame team and their ship, the Home. And this is called Gundam Astray R, which I haven't read yet, but the art style seems a little bit off-putting. But what I wanted to say is that this is the original Red Frame, and though it had variations, the one we're getting here is from Gundam Seed vs. Astray, which takes place much later, and it's something that I'm not all that familiar with, which is why this is going to be a different kind of Red Frame from the one you'll see in the original manga. Enough about the manga, let's take a look at the actual model itself. You've got a nice looking front shot here, which shows off the Tactical Arms 2L, which is for Lo, I'm assuming, and it's in its V form here, it says. There you get a rear shot. It really shows off the size of the tactical arms, and you'll notice that there's two swords. Here you get some information from Seed vs. Astray, which I haven't bothered to read, and here it shows the suit in its flight form. And for the display, you're also going to be getting an action base, which is the 1/44th size, but this is used not for the model itself primarily, but for the tactical arms. And it also shows off here that you get figures of Lo, and you do get marking seals and decals. Of course, the Red Frame's most unique feature is that, unlike most Gundams, its main weapon is an old-fashioned sword, in this case the Gabera Straight, and they also give you the Tiger Pierce. So you're going to have both, and it looks like that these are silver-plated, and you actually do have the kanji for the swords written right on there. Here's some more story from vs. Astray. It also shows that the Tactical Arms 2 can be made into sword form, which I'll talk about later, and you can also make an arrow form. And finally, because this is part of Gundam's 30th anniversary, they do give you a plate of clear parts, and these are parts that you can put primarily around the legs if you choose to show off the inner frame. Alright, let's get to it and crack this box open, which I have not done yet. So, when you open it up, right on the top, you're going to get the A-plate with seals, decals, and regular parts. You're also going to get some clear green parts over red and black. Then you're going to get everything looks to be red, white, some black parts in there. You're going to get, here's the clear parts, it's the B plate, and you're also going to get over here some clear yellow parts for the beam sabers, more red and white. But here's what I've been waiting to see. Yes, you do get shined silver parts for the actual swords, and they do have the kanji written on there. And the big one, my big question is, yes, I'm incredibly disappointed. Unlike the Perfect Grade, where you get chromed parts for the gold, which is really its biggest highlight if you've ever seen it put together, in this case you're going to get old, dull-looking parts. So that's something I wonder if I'm going to want to try painting. Just a few other parts worth noticing. You're going to get the scabbard here in all white. I wonder what kind of parts we'll add to that to add some color. And you're also going to get here the red action base, which also comes with nuts and bolts that you're going to have to use to put that together to keep up the massive Tactical Arms 2 in its sword form. The manual looks pretty cool itself, continuing with the red frame theme and the red color over there, and there you get the suit information. When you crack it open, you're going to get some line art of the kit, some more information about it, and you're going to get some table of contents including how to put on the decals and cut out the pieces, which I'm sure you already know. Here you're going to get the plates, and the plates go up to PQS QRS, yeah, so we could say it goes up to S, and then you're going to get 2 polycap parts, and you're going to get a separate thing for the action base, as they're saying here. And then you're going to go into it, and it's a well-designed manual. So you've got the body unit, it shows which plates you need for it, and I don't think you're going to have any problems at all building this. Further inside, you're also going to get information about the pilot, load, the tactical arms. It also talks about its sword form, and work form seems to be official here. And you're going to get some information here, documentary photographs, and it shows, here you can see the red frame with the tactical arms on its hand as a huge curios kind of claw there. And it also has it here in its arrow form. Here you're going to get the paint guide, very few colors actually, which is pretty good if you're painting. Sword form, flight form, arrow form, beam torch. They also call this the delta form, so you can have it in V form, or you just flip up the top to make that into delta form. Now flipping through the rest, there's some more arrow form, beam torch, Gerbera straight, and the Tiger Pierce. And the back of the manual is primarily about building the weapons, and the last few pages are all about how to transform the tactical arms into its various forms. And at the back you're going to get a big bunch of information on where to put all the seals, not in color, which is not very helpful, and a very nice looking shot of the red frame all put together. Now just a quick look at some of the plates again. You can see the A plate here. The green clear parts are very understated. They're not as dark green as they are in the 00 Gundam 7 Sword version. Here you can take a look at the Gerbera Straight and the Tiger Pierce, both looking very sharp. And though it's a little bit hard to make out, you can see here on the hilts of the sword that they do have the kanji written on there, which looks pretty cool. But in general, why are these beautifully chromed and silvered, and these parts just looking cheap and fake goldish? I wonder if they have some spray paint that can fix that. And the last thing that I noticed about this kit is that there are a lot of small plates. So though you do get a fair number, some of them are pretty small, and I'm sure that that has a lot to do with the fact that when they were designing this, they would have been co-designing it at the same time as the Master Grade Blue frame, which came out in 2009, and they would have worked the same plates into both models as much as they possibly could. Something else that's sort of cool and unique to the red frame is that you're going to get 2 plates of red polycaps. Also, here with the F plate, you're going to get some ABS parts as well. Here are the seals that you're going to get with it, and you're also going to get these kind of seals, which all look pretty good, including Lowe's name, which goes on the shoulder, including Kai, because this is the red frame Astray Kai, and a whole bunch of markings and a pretty cool stylized low that you can choose to put on. You're also going to get more seals here of the kanjis for the swords. As far as the decals go, which I'm far more likely to put on than the seals, especially considering that this mark does show up in the actual manga itself, my only first, the good thing is that this mark is separate from the Kai mark. So because this is the red frame Kai, which again I sort of really don't care about, I'm just going to keep this mark off and just put these on. My only complaint being that maybe they could have done that in color. It also reflects their newer ship, the Re-Home instead of the original Home, and some other cool looking marks that might look pretty good on there because they'll go on seamless if you're good at putting on decals. So that's it. Imagine you've just bought the Master Grade red frame, you've taken it out of the box, there's all the plates, the seals, the decals, the manual, well, the manga it came from, and now it's time for the best part, putting it together. So anyway, stay tuned for the review as always, www.gundam.tk, and please rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.